Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a video that I didn't think I was gonna do. I'm not a fan of these kind of videos where it's you show what you got for Christmas. Hey, you know what I got for Christmas? That fucking flu that's going around. So I don't have a lot of energy. This isn't working as well as it usually does, but let's be fair, it doesn't work that well anyway. So if you imagine that this brain only works at a quarter of a human brain power regularity type thing, well now it's just a no. So there you are. So I'm just going with this. I thought I would just show you the games I've got recently, because I still have to make a video and keep this fucking channel going. I don't know when this one will be released though. I'll probably be, hopefully be feeling better when this video is out there. So I'm not going to be very lively. Can't help that. Sorry. It's either this or no video. So I thought I would just show you some of the gaming stuff I got. I'm repeating myself now. That's not a good sign. So let's just get on into it. It is majorly the thing I'm collecting for lately, which is unintentional because I love collecting for Master System more than anything. But I've now hit that sort of wall in any collector's life where the only games that are left to get are, aside from one or two that would be fun but also very expensive, the rest, dog shit. Very expensive dog shit, or sports dog shit. So Master System collecting's not come to a halt, but I'm not prioritizing it because I know I've got all the good stuff. So I'm being clever with my money. And the other thing I like collecting for is Game Boy. Just because of nostalgia. Well, I like original Game Boy, so there's not even any colour. Yeah, I know, I'm weird. But I've also been collecting a lot of indie games for the Switch. Wasn't intended, it just sort of happened. I love indie games. I think this is the golden age of indie games. And the Switch, I don't know, you can get them cheaper on PS4 and that, obviously, but when you get them on Switch, it's portable. And there's something about most indie games that are just great when they're portable. So we're going to the Switch games, but first, the only retro game in the whole lot. It is, I'm going to have to read it, Mystical Ninja starring Goemon. I only got this today. Okay, I only got it today. I don't know if it's any good. But I got it. I hope it's good, because it wasn't the cheapest Game Boy game I've ever got, but it's definitely not the most expensive. Yeah. But it looks good from the pictures I've seen online, so I'm hopeful for that one, but we'll just move on quickly because I don't have much to talk about on that. Before we get to Switch games, this is sort of gaming related. Found this in a... where did I find this? The wife dragged me to a shit shop. Primark! That's it. She dragged me there and I found this, so Pokemon fans will be happy. Probably got it the wrong way around. In fact, I'm fairly fucking certain I have. Fuck you. Look at this. Not only is it the wrong way around, but it's upside down. I'm working on it. There we go. Look at all of that. You see? You see? Look at all of that. I love the use of colours in this thing. Because I'm ill. It's quite comfy. When you're ill, there's nothing better than one of these cover-all things. I hit the mic, didn't I, at some point? I blame everyone else for me hitting the microphone. It's Mike's fault. It's Mike's fault for me hitting the mic. He's not here because it's his fault. He could have stopped this from happening, but he didn't. You know what? Fuck that. I'm really hot. I'm ill! Go away. Switch games now. I'm going to get onto one that's absolutely stupid, even for the title. This one's still sealed. Like, I've got so many of these recently because it was Christmas. Then you had, what do you call it? Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So I jumped and spent a good bit of money getting games a lot cheaper than what they cost, like, right now. And one of them is Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion. Why is this a thing? Why is it a thing? You know what? I'll show you a picture of some of the gameplay for that one. In fact, I'll show you pictures of the gameplay for all the games I mentioned today. But this looks ridiculous. Take control of an adorable turnip, okay, who happens to be an absolute menace to society. Play as an adorable yet troublemaking turnip. Avoid paying taxes, solve plantastic puzzles, it says that, plantastic, and take on massive beasts in a journey to take down a corrupt vegetable government. I'm looking forward to trying this one, but I can only try one game at a time. I'll get to the one I'm actually playing now at the end of the list. Now, next game is one I played 1,001 times on PS4, but when it became portable, I had to have it. I had to have No Man's Sky. Had to have No Man's Sky for the Switch. I can't wait to try it, but because it's such a big game, it's kind of like when I know I have the time to truly delve in and enjoy it. Also, my friend Rob, he's got, you know, an addiction to No Man's Sky. We play No Man's Sky together all the time. I'm hoping he'll get Switch at some point soon so that he can get this, so that we can fully utilize it. Because it's just one of them games I have more fun when it's not just me playing it. But if you want a game that looks fun when it's just you playing it single player, this one's a little odd. I just stumbled across this one. I stumbled across a lot of these fucking indie games, but this one, I don't know, I'm getting some Ni no Kuni vibes. It's fucking Baldo, the Guardian Owls, the Three Fairies edition. You mean there's a different edition out there? This one looks quite interesting. It was not the cheapest. I think I got it for $25. When it comes to indie games, that's not expensive, but it's at the higher end of the fucking spectrum. Again, not tried. Got this one pre-owned, but I couldn't find a new one anywhere. I just couldn't find one. I'm looking forward to trying it. It's very Ni no Kuni. It's just action, adventure, dungeons, dive into a thrilling odyssey. Odyssey? Okay. Action, adventure, dungeons. That's all it says. Everything else is in different fucking languages. It says I've got something called the Three Fairies DLC. It's a fluke. Give me a break. I'm excited for that one, but here's one that my son's even excited for because he went and bought it today himself with some of the money he got for Christmas. It's fucking Potion Permit. Potion Permit. Look at that. Wonderful use of artwork there. The gameplay on this one, it's... Have you played Eastward? It's a bit Eastwoodish / Stardew Valley in terms of appearance. Diagnose, gather, brew, and cure. Moonberry's residents need healing, and you're the best chemist around. With your trusty tools, a brewing cauldron, and a canine companion at your side, you'll need to diagnose symptoms, gather ingredients, brew potions, and cure ailments in this open-ended sim RPG. The boy hasn't tried it yet, he only just got it today, and right now he's playing motherfucking Slime Rancher. Indie game, I can't fault him. So, you know the other reason why I'm so happy to be able to talk about these games today? Since I stopped doing the podcast, I don't have the chance to talk about indie games so much. So, some of these I've got as far back as like mid-November, but I don't care. I want to talk about them because I don't get any other time to talk about them. This one everyone should know by now, Atari 50. If you like video game history, this is so enjoyable. This is fantastic. I've only got... I don't even know how far. I don't think I've even got halfway through the history on this. A lot of it I know already because I've read / listened to audiobooks when it comes to video game history, like All Our Base Belong to Us. Is there one called Player One? No, I'm not getting mistaken with Ready Player One, but there's something like that. There's tons of great video game history books out there. This has plenty of videos, plenty of games. Oh, the revamped Breakout in here is awesome. I haven't tried the revamped Yar's Revenge yet because I'm working my way through the history when it gets to that point. So, that's a great game. If you can get this at a decent bargain, fucking buy it. Also, next game is one I found a while ago. I found it for 30 quid. It was like... It's a bit steep. You know, I couldn't bring myself to get it. And then... like 2 days before Christmas, I just went into a shop thinking, is there anything I can get last minute for the kids? And I found it again for £15. It was like, fucking hell. And that's Demon Throttle. Demon Throttle. This looks awesome. I can't wait to try this one. I might see if the wife wants to play it. It's got a sort of old school 8-bit Zelda type appearance to it. It reminds me of Link's Awakening in terms of the appearance. It says only physical, never digital. So you can't buy this digital. Okay. Demon Throttle tells the story of a beautiful vampiress and a dusty gunslinger on a quest for vengeance against a demon that stole her mystical chalices and kissed his wife. Or something. It literally says or something. Now the two unlikely companions must blast their way through 4 monstrous generals and their wicked domains, to lift the demon's curse and exact their revenge. And it looks a lot of fun. It's 2-player game. 2-player, simultaneous split screen. No, not split screen, because you see both of them on there. Sort of fucking Contra-ish in terms of two-player. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to trying that one. And this one, I can't remember what I paid for this one. This is probably, out of all these ones here, this one's been in this set for the longest, and it still hasn't played. Me and the wife kept finding it, and we kept finding it, and we never found it a good deal. It was always like £30, £32, and one day I went in, and I think I found it for 15, 16, it was something in that region. I thought, if I don't get it now, I'm going to regret it. So I got it. It is Sakuna of Rice and Ruin. Definitely the most graphically appealing game out of some of these indie ones. Not all of them, because technically No Man's Sky is a fucking indie game, innit? Rice's power. Tame the Isle of Demons as the exiled harvest goddess Sakuna. Battle monsters and restore the fields to their former glory in this stunning blend of intense platforming action and farming simulation. I'm not too in the mood for farming simulation, but the battling looks pretty fun. Graphics, the lights, the light shading lights, colours, every fucking... And the front cover. What's that remind you of? What does it remind you of? I want to see if people are reminded of the same game I am. So I'm not going to say it, I just want to see what people put in the comments. So let me know. I want to see if we're on the same fucking wavelength. Have you noticed, if you keep track on indie games, how there's so many fucking farming simulation games coming out? Did Stardew Valley start a trend? Because if it did, I'll tell you what, I still don't think you can beat Stardew Valley. Harvest Moon? You shit, mate. You used to be awesome. I used to love Harvest Moon. Not anymore. Here is the last Switch game today. There's one more game after this one, but it's the last Switch game. I have the so-called sequel to this game, Akiba's Beat on PS4. It was a great fun game, but I always wanted to try the one that came out before it. This is Akiba's Strip, Hellbound and Debriefed. Yeah. I don't know what it's like, but I enjoyed Akiba's Beat, and when I saw this on Switch... You know, I've seen this in shops before, and the prices made me go, no. If you're ever cheap, I'll try it. Otherwise, no. It was a tenner. Thought, oh. Guess I'm buying it. But I love its three headlining words at the top that really sell it. Akihabara, vampires, strip battles. That'll do, eh? I mean, graphically, it's kind of a mix of a visual novel and, I don't know, some really PS3-ish, late PS2-ish graphics. It doesn't matter if the gameplay's great. But the game, the last one today that I'm talking about, is the one I'm actually playing. So when I've completed this one, I'll get into the others one at a time. It's always ongoing every time you buy a new game. No, sorry, every time you play a new game, you'd have bought like another 3. I am finally playing Sonic Frontiers. Finally. I know some people will be interested in what I think of it. You know what? When I first turned it on, I was fucking disappointed because it starts off like any typical 3D Sonic level. It's like, it's the same shit. Nothing's changed. It's the same. You've done nothing. And then I found out I'd been fooled because you go into the open world and after way too many fucking tutorials at once, then the game got really good. I'm really enjoying this. But you do have to get through the little trick that the first level is bullshit. It's not how the game is at whole at all. I can't spoil why, it just isn't that. And the tutorials, there's too many of them at the start. There just is. The fighting thing, you get a knack for it, but some of the monsters, some of the enemies rather, when you first fight them, you're going to lose. You got to go back to them later. So it's very Breath of the Wild. I know people go, Sonic's ripping off Breath of the Wild. So did fucking Pokemon, dude. Arceus, anyone? Arceus is a fucking great game, but it's blatantly a Breath of the Wild clone. This is blatantly a Breath of the Wild clone. That's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing at all. How many great games in gaming history have been based off of something else? There were so many games that were based on Pac-Man back in the day. So many shooters based on Space Invaders back in the day. So many games based on the original Zelda games. I mean, where the fuck is it? Where the fuck is it? Demon Throttle. Just look at it. It's very original Zelda-y. This is very recent Zelda-y. The game's fun. I don't give a fuck. I'm happy. Anyway, thank you very much for putting up with me in this video. It's going to be minimal editing because I just can't handle it right now. I'm sorry. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Click like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think of certain stuff. I'm off and going to have a lie down. Bye, love you. Subscribe, comment, and fuck it.